Okay, so this is part 2 of a San Diego tour. Camera shut off again. I seem to have that problem often. So it's Kayla from Kayla's Corner, and I am doing the final tour off the Panama Canal cruise. We just went through Coronado on the other video, and now we are in Balboa Park. All right, there are something like 14 museums here in Balboa Park alone. The tour guide, who's excellent, was saying that it would take a week just to come and visit all the museums here. And here's some more entertainment in Balboa Park. There's a beautiful fountain up there. We are not going that far. Let's see if I can get it in here. There it is. Really nice here in Balboa Park. Again, this is Kayla from Kayla's Corner. Subscribe, like, and hit the notified bell so you know when I have posted new videos of new destinations.
Elijah? Alonzo. What's up, dude? My name's Keith. Here's a trick I made up just for you, Alonzo. I call this trick. Hi, Alonzo. 1 up, 2 up, 1 up, 2 across, under, over, behind the back. And at this point, I realized San Diego is a really hard town to find.
So we're about to end our time in Balboa Park, I believe. The San Diego Museum of Arts up ahead is the only museum that is free all the time. The rest you have admissions fees, except on certain days they do have free days. And here we have the organ playing. You can only see this on Sunday, so the tour guide said we're pretty lucky. Most tourists don't get to see this. I'll try to get closer. Okay, so if the flag is flying, they said that's how you know the museum is open. So this one with the blue star here is Israel. So you can tour the Israel house today. And that's it. We're going back to the bus, continue this tour. I'm not sure how much it is. But honestly, this is, hate to say, I mean, I had a great time on the cruise, and I went on an excursion in every country. They were wonderful, but honestly, this is one of the best tours I've had for the whole 2 weeks. This guy really knows his stuff, so it's been really good, really informative.
And nobody knows who owns it. They actually found it at the doorstep. Its estimated value was $50 million. Those 2 aircraft out there, one on the right, your right, would be an SR-71, which was a spy plane used during the Cold War, made entirely of the skin of titanium. That plane was so fast that the Soviet, it runs all the way down. It's an international freeway. But the 5 freeway follows the path that the missions were all connected by. How they established the first mission, San Diego, actually established by the San Diego River. 2 things they needed: water, a natural source of water, and also 1-day ride by horse to get to the next mission. So that's how all the original 14 missions going all the way up to San Francisco were established. So La Jolla is a very, very wealthy community. And the people in La Jolla like to pretend they're not part of San Diego. But actually they are. I mean, as we're going through La Jolla, you're going to see San Diego City Police, San Diego City Fire Department, San Diego City Schools. But La Jolla had so much money, the people in it, that they were actually able to purchase their own zip code. Now what that means is that anywhere in San Diego you would address, I don't care what town or community you live in, you have to address the envelope San Diego, except La Jolla. You don't even need to put a zip code. Everybody knows where La Jolla is. It was the only place in this part of California that actually had a forest of trees, and they were the Torrey pine. Now the Torrey pine only grows two places on the planet, one of which is La Jolla, and another which is an island off of Japan. And scientists think that when the Earth had one continent, before the continent split, the Torrey pine took an actual ride across the ocean. Also on the right now, that's Old Town. We're going to be visiting that later on. And when we do visit Old Town, we're going to, anybody wants to go shopping, there's plenty of places to shop, very good deals, if you're looking for souvenirs or anything. And I'm also going to do a walking tour, because this was where it all started, California. And it has been reconstructed to look exactly the way it looked prior to the fire that forced all the people to live and move downtown, we now call San Diego. They really don't have garages. A lot of people have actual garages in the canyons located below the houses where they have elevators that bring their cars up and down.
He was just saying there's only 3 cars.
Now there's 7 caves
sold in
that
La
are in La
Jolla.
Jolla, the sand caves.
Bentley,
They were used
Mercedes,
during
and
Prohibition
Lamborghinis.
to hide alcohol that was being brought up from Mexico. The Coast Guard turned a blind eye to it, so La Jolla was famous back during Prohibition for the speakeasies, beach. That's why all the Hollywood people now head to the Hamptons in New York, where you can own the beach.
So you're saying you can't own any beach,
So you can see these beautiful
you can
mansions
own the house up to
built
the
right on
beach.
top of each other. And these are not even the really, really super expensive ones, because they're on the main road. But it doesn't matter. No matter where you go, they build as high as they can without actually butting on their neighbor's front door.
Gorgeous homes.
What's left of the Torrey Pines. This was all covered with a forest, but now that's all that's left, and you can see they're coming apart. On the right is the cave shop, where you they actually dug a tunnel down into the Sunny Jim Cave. It might sound, look at the line of people, obviously tourists, because let me tell you, you go to this cave once and you'll never go again. It has such a bad smell from the ocean.
So Torrey Pines used to be where they had the hand gliders. He hasn't said anything about that yet, but I used to go there to watch them.
Lions, which are naturally being hunted by great white sharks. But actually, we have never had a shark attack here. The reason why is because right off the shore, which you can't really see now because it looks like it's high tide, is a giant forest of kelp. And a shark will never go into a kelp forest. All right, so you can see all the sea lions sitting on that rocks out there. See them? Kelp is one of the fastest. Kelp grows a couple inches a day. So you can theoretically watch kelp grow. You can hold your breath long enough. But you can watch it grow. Whereas abalone, to get an abalone the size of a normal clamshell, it takes 25 years. And the meat of the abalone is so prized by the Orient and the Asian market that it's worth more per ounce than gold the way into the wall. So during World War II, all along here was cannon emplacements, anti-aircraft, anti-ship cannons. Went in and burglarized it and dropped the lantern and it burned to the ground. So she built a giant ugly buildings, concrete building, and said let them try to burn this down. Now it became a museum. As a matter of fact, all...
The statue moves.
One thing about California, you can find palm everywhere. So there's no shortage of palms. They are gigantic, and They're served with powdered sugar and lemon, no syrup. Two of the most famous actually in San Diego, one of which is that pink one straight up ahead on our left. That's the Valencia Hotel, which is an exact copy of the Valencia Hotel in Valencia, Spain. And the one we just passed behind us, if you look with the blue white awnings, that's a Colonial Hotel. And that's where Gregory Peck's father had his. This is really the main street in La Jolla right here, where all the shops are, and like I said, different jewelry stores and things like that. So most of it's done, if it's done at all within the United States, it's done in Texas. Unfortunately now, most of our medications are manufactured in China, which has become a problem.
So these are the people going into La Jolla. So, like the tour guide just said, I don't know where they're going to park. Not much parking there, but there's miles of traffic here waiting to make their way to La Jolla.
Highly recommend if you are going to go shopping, you go to the Five and Dime store, which is no longer a Five and Dime, but it has a lot of amazing stuff you can purchase. Now, off to the right, this is the original San Diego cemetery. You're probably wondering, not too many people lived here. Actually, we're driving over to San Diego Cemetery too. There was nothing to use for grave markers. All the wood that they would use, the termites would eventually get out. They'll never know who. There's a lot of Mexican restaurants here. It is part of Old Town. And most of them are tourist attractions. I highly recommend, if you get a chance, to visit Temecula Olive Oil. There's one inside the park itself. You can still get it. It's called Casa Call. It's on the other side of the park. Now the building here on my right, this is the way actually voted by an act of Congress. In case you ever wonder what your congressmen are doing, this is what they're doing. They're voting on haunted houses. And this one here is number one. Now I've seen a lot of people, I've been in it a couple of times, I've never seen any ghosts, but I have seen photographs other people have taken that I can't explain. I mean,